Disney ingesting Marvel seems to have had the same effect as if I ingest an entire raw chicken, a long continuous expulsion of matter in as many directions as possible. Due to a combination of not being a film person and general can't-be-arsedness, I've managed to miss out on all of the Marvel films, which either makes me the worst person to talk about Jessica Jones, or the perfect person, or just, alright. So my first question, when did Marvel stop making films about men in Lycra and start making TV shows about boring women being boring? Okay, so I know nothing about superheroes. I'd never heard of Jessica Jones, so when I sat down to watch the new Netflix original, I didn't know what to expect, what was going on, who I was, where I was, what happened to my trousers, or why I'm still hammering this point home. One of the things I expected was a superpowered person, and to be fair, I did get that. I may as well say this because it isn't really a spoiler. Jessica Jones is strong. This is shown to us by her lifting up a car. The moment comes completely out of nowhere and forced me to look up her Wikipedia page to see if I'd been paying proper attention. It's a very inorganic reveal to those of us who can't tell our DCs from our Stan Lees, but for people who did know, it doesn't seem like it would be a good reveal either. You know what's coming, and it isn't exactly an impressive scene. The premise of the show is a private investigator fights against Doctor Who. It starts off feeling very much like a detective show. It even has a very poorly written, smug and self-satisfied narration banging on throughout the bits. The first episode is incredibly dull, but at the end it gives way to an interesting story, only to go back to being incredibly dull in the second episode. Maybe the problem is that I really don't care. I don't care when the characters discuss the threat of Doctor Who and how evil he is. I would actually catch myself saying I don't care to the screen when they start talking again, and that's a great sign for a TV show. But then when he actually does turn up, he's stonkingly brilliant. It's just a shame about the build-up. He seems to be a properly fleshed out part with good character, but the drawback of the whole show is that it seems to have been written by throwing cliches onto a piece of paper and stringing them together using connectives. If you can guess all the lines in a tense scene, it really ruins the atmosphere. And don't get me started on the personal character dramas. Lawyer woman with no emotions who's splitting up with her wife. I actually don't care. I guess the thing to take away from this review is that either I know absolutely nothing about the Marvel Universe, or Jessica Jones isn't very good. Or both. It's a collection of good bits strung together with dull talking about the plot. The acting in it is good, but that's pretty much a given at this point. I do have to give special mention to David Tennant. Every bit with him in is amazing. One scene in particular was incredibly tense. He isn't in enough stuff for long enough. If you've never seen a Marvel thing before, don't start with this. But according to my friend who likes Marvel, it's actually really good. But why would you want to know his opinion? What's that worth to you? He doesn't review TV shows to an audience that wouldn't sell out a concert in a Volkswagen. What am I doing with my life?